once I got older, I really started thinking about the meaning of life and like, man, I need to start doing stuff now. I need to start prioritizing what's important. I need to stop giving my time away. When I was younger, I gave a lot of my time up, and all that time that I gave up with people and their shenanigans and trying to go run and take this person over here and trying to go run and go do this and run and go do that, my car motor had locked up on me. I didn't have a car for like 6 months. Now I had to save up to get me a down payment for another car when my motor was locked up. Did any of those people who in my life I gave all of that time to, who I said yes to, do you think they even called me? Hey Reed, man, look, I know your car is messed up. You gave me a ride to and from school. You did this for me, Reed. Man, look, let me come by your house and let me come get you. How many people do you think actually called me? Nobody. Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Mindset Master Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Reed, and I'm also the proprietor of the podcast. Now, today we're going to be discussing about how to avoid burnout. I know sometimes in life we can be going through things that we can, get burned out from the continual activities in life that we're doing. So if you want to learn how to avoid burnout in life and to keep you from being passively aggressive, stay tuned to the end of this episode. Now, there's going to be 3 steps in life for you to learn how to avoid burnout. Now, the very first step is going to be stop taking on more than you can actually chew. The second step is going to be learn how to prioritize what's important in your life. And the third step is going to be learn how to say no to things in life that you have no business saying yes to. The very first way to learn how to avoid burnout is going to be stop taking on more than you can chew. I know in life as humans, we all want to get to pleasing other people. We want to do to make other people happy. Now that's admirable, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that is the quickest and the number one way to get burned out in life, is to always go about making other people happy. Now let's just say if my brother calls me and my brother is like, Tony, at 4:45 I need for you to drive from Clarksville to Nashville, which is an hour away, come by here, take me to the grocery store, and then take me to Walmart, and then you go back home. Most people, when they're trying to take on more than what they can chew, they would have agreed and they would have told their brother, okay man, I'm on the way. I'm the kind of guy, so you're going to be mad at me because I'm going to always do what I need to do to make things easy on myself and to make sure that I do not get burned out. I'm the type of gentleman, I would have told my brother if he would have asked me something like that, with me knowing I want to watch the game and to keep me from getting burned out in life and being passively aggressive towards my brother, I would have just maybe cashed out $30 so he could catch a Lyft or an Uber to the grocery store and then let them take him to Walmart. That's what I'm talking about. Stop taking on more than you can chew. That is the number one way to get burned out in life, to be exhausted, to be tired, to not really get the things in life done that you know that you can get done because you're so busy worrying about other people. Don't have that squirrel mentality where all you're doing is collecting other people's nuts and then you're taking everybody else's problem on as your problem. If you take other people's problems on as if they were your own problems, if you were having a problem, how many people would let your problem fall on their shoulders and they try to help you with your problem? Most people in life don't want to help other people with their problems. Most people in life, when a problem happens, they run it. Can't run from life, but you have to run away from things that you should not be doing or that you know that you don't want to do. You can't really think about other people's feelings more so than you think about your own feelings. If you get to putting other people's feelings ahead of your own feelings, because in your life, you're the number one person in your life, you should be, then everybody else in line should fall down after that. And this is the same analogy that I always use. If you're on an airplane and you are going down and it's loss of cabin pressure, the first thing they tell you is to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. This is an airline that says this to to every single flight that leaves out, you hear that same message. So it must be something with taking care of yourself first. And see, that's how I am. I do not let people pile things on me. If I don't want to do something, what I do, I know how to say no. And then most people look at me in life and will say, man, Tony's a butthole. He's always saying no to everything. Yes, I do say no to a lot of things in life. I'm not going to lie to you. Again, I never lie on my show, but I never say no to things that I know I should be doing. Like I would say no to me driving an hour away to go take somebody to the grocery store. I can just cash app you $50 for that because it's going to take me $30 worth of gas to drive my car. I got from his car. It's going to take me $30 to drive 55 miles from where I live at to Nashville and then do my business with my brother and then come back from Nashville and drive back another 55 miles. So that's going to be $30 worth of gas, 2 or 3 hours of commute time to do all of this. See, you have to add all of that up. You have to stop taking on more than what you can chew. I know we've been conditioned to try to be Wonder Woman or try to be Superman and try to be super person. I know we've been conditioned for that in life, but when it comes to avoiding burnout, you can't be Wonder Woman. You can't be Superman. You can't be super person. You just got to be yourself. You got to take time for you. You got to take time to get yourself together. And see, that's where a lot of people go wrong and they get passively aggressive in life because they so worried about doing stuff for everybody else. They don't even take time to worry about themselves. So that is the first way to avoid burnout in life. Is going to be stop taking on more than you can actually chew. If you're ready to take your journey of mindset mastery to the next level and dive even deeper into mindfulness and also meditation, well, I've got a fantastic resource just for you. Inside, you're going to find step-by-step instructions, valuable insight, and also practical exercises to help you enhance your mindset and bring more positive changes to your life. This guide is the roadmap to success. To get your hands on this exclusive resource, click the link below in the description. The second step in life to avoid burnout is going to be learn how to prioritize what is important in life. Let's go back to my example that I used in the first step about my brother wanting me to drive from Clarksville to Nashville to go help him with some groceries and things like that. To me, if I want to avoid burnout, I love my brother, but I'm not going to prioritize taking him to the grocery store over my own sanity. So let's add all of this up together. And I want you to really see what I'm saying in these examples here. Like I mentioned earlier, it takes 1 hour to get from Clarksville, Tennessee to Nashville, Tennessee. Then once I drive from off the interstate to go to his house, then, by the time I talk to him, that's an hour. And then about time that we go from his house to the grocery store, that's 30 minutes. 30 minutes in the grocery store, now we're at 3 hours worth of time. Then about the time I go from the grocery store to drop him back off at home, that's 30 minutes. And then by the time I go from his house back out to Clarksville, that's another hour. So that's an hour and 30 minutes. So that's 4.5 hours worth of time that I have lost out of my day not prioritizing what it is that I need to do for my day in my life. That may not seem like a lot of time to some people. Some people might say, oh man, Tony, 4.5 hours, that's no time. But here's the thing. My brother has a car. My brother works. So if my brother has a car and if my brother works, why would I drive from my house to his house to take him to the grocery store? Now his car works perfectly fine, but he just, let's just say, would want me to come from here from my house to inconvenience me. And see, that's what I'm saying. That would not be important for me in my life because nothing is actually wrong. Now let's just say if he had his car repossessed or somebody stole his car or he had an engine problem or something like that. So yes, that would be a top priority for me to go help my little brother at that point because something is going on in life. His car is messing up. His car was stolen. He's having car issues. See, something like that is when you prioritize things. In order to avoid burnout, you have to prioritize. Again, that's why I made that the second thing on the list. The third step in order to avoid burnout in life is to learn how to say no. Now, this is going to be a good one right here, because in life as humans, we haven't been conditioned to say no. We've always been conditioned to say yes. Think about it. I bet you when you grew up, your parents probably told you, always say yeah, never say no. Always tell people you can do it. Always go the extra mile for this person. Never give up. Never do this. But see, that can be taken out of context, because learning how to say yes is a certain situation, but most of the times in life, no is the appropriate word. If my brother wanted me to come from Clarksville to Nashville to take him to the grocery store and just to be hanging out, just to have something to do, I would tell him no, because I've groomed myself to learn how to say no. I basically say no to a whole lot of things in life. Just the other day, my wife, she had to take her mom to the airport. Now, the airport is in Nashville, Tennessee. And again, we live out in the country, as you can probably see in my background. From our house to the airport, that's an hour and 30 minutes. And my mother-in-law was going out of town on vacation. So my wife was like, Tony, would you mind riding with me to take my mom to the airport? I was like, baby, I love you so much and I love your mom so much, but no, I don't want to go to the airport because I have to get ready to make my video tomorrow. I have to get the topic that I'm going to talk about tomorrow, which is today, on YouTube, babe. I have to get my thoughts together. So no, I don't want to waste 3 hours out of my day taking your mom to the airport. And when I explained it to her, she really wasn't mad, because what would have happened would have been if I, like most people, would have agreed to go with my wife, even when I knew I didn't want to go. And that's what most people would have done. They would have said, oh yeah, babe, I'm happy to go with you. Then the whole time they'd have been driving that hour and a half to the airport, they would have had rocks in their jaws and mouths all tight and swole up, and it would have thrown the whole hour and a half drive off from our house to the airport. And I'm not even including going from our house to her house, which is about 20 minutes away. She lives even deeper in the country. Then we had to go from her house back down this country road to get to I-24 to even head to Nashville. That's gonna be an even longer day. So that's the reason why I told my wife no. I love my wife. I love my mother-in-law. But see, I can't get caught up in other people's shenanigans. Some people might say, Tony, that was wrong, man. You should have rolled with your wife. I understand that, but I have to do what's right for myself. See, if I would have went with my wife and my mother-in-law to the airport, I would have been highly upset because I would not have gotten my YouTube thoughts together for today. I would not have been able to do that if I would have given in and then rode with my wife to the airport to drop my mother-in-law off. But with my schedule and, on my own business, I get to spend all day with my wife when I'm not making videos and on meetings and with clients. I get to hang out with my wife all day. So I don't need a car ride an hour and a half away to prove how much I love my wife. My wife know I love her. My wife know I do anything in the world for her. But she also knows that I know how to say no in life to the things that don't make sense to me. If you like this episode today thus far, please press that like and subscribe button for me. It's not that Tony doesn't ever want to do anything. See, when I was younger, I used to give a lot of time away. I used to just, here you go, take my time. Because I grew up with the mentality, I'm 18 and 19, I got my whole life ahead of me. That sounds good. That's cute. That look good on paper. But what if you go and something happens? What if you don't have your whole life ahead of you? So once I got older, I really started thinking about the meaning of life and like, man, I need to start doing stuff now. I need to start prioritizing what's important. I need to stop giving my time away. When I was younger, I gave a lot of my time up. And all that time that I gave up with people and their shenanigans and trying to go run and take this person over here and trying to go run and go do this and run and go do that, my car motor had locked up on me. I didn't have a car for like 6 months. Now I had to save up to get me a down payment for another car because I knew it was going to be $5,000 or $6,000 to replace my motor, and I didn't have that kind of money at that particular time. So I had to save up my money, and then I wind up getting me another car. When my motor was locked up, did any of those people who in my life I gave all of that time to, who I said yes, 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 yes to, do you think they even called me? Hey Reed, man, look, I know your car is messed up. You gave me a ride to and from school. You did this for me, Reed. Man, look, let me come by your house and let me come get you. How many people do you think actually called me? Nobody. So now I'm older, a whole lot more wiser, and I don't give up my time like that. But I can't just worry about making somebody else happy without making sure I'm happy first. And that about wraps it up for today's episode. Until next time, I'll catch you later.